All right, there we go. I had to grab a cough drop there. Got my live set for Twitter and I posted on Instagram, so here we go. Let me go back and whoops. So this is what I did last week. Super small. But that was this one. Again, with the performance tool, I'm not too happy with my learning so far on that, but I'm still trying. Then I think this one was actually better. It was the butterfly one. It seemed to work a lot better. Let's see here. And then the first, well, one of the first ones was I did a wave. And that one actually was the first one. I was testing things out. This one worked out pretty well. I like that. And then I think I had, this is my, Dream 3. This is one I did on stream for a dance. I really liked the bouncy music notes on this one. So, I don't know, it just really kind of seemed to work. I like the motion of that. I like my little floof motion too, so we're gonna work on today. So much coconut fur on here. Let's see if I can clean some of it off. That's a little better. A little bit more clear. All right, so I'm gonna go into draw mode. Go ahead and pick that color. Let's make sure my brush is where I need it to be, and I'm going to go into the flip book mode because I want to. What I did last time that I think worked out pretty well is I started with a rough sketch on a separate track that I then eventually deleted. But I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sketch out my my rough draft and get the background in. Then I'll do the background element and I will kind of go from there. So here we go. So what I'm thinking is I will have like a log here. And maybe I'll have the floof walk in. And I kind of want to have him jump or slide down. So I'm gonna have him walk in. Actually, let's go. Let me just erase this. So we're gonna walk in. I'm gonna stop here and he's gonna look around. He's gonna put his hands up. And then I want him to slide down, and he's gonna walk out. And then maybe I'll have him walk across here, because I want this to be a little loop. So So it looks like he's walking around and getting back up and jumping off. Or maybe I'll do something else. I'm not quite sure. But I guess for now, I can get my background drawn in. Because that's going to stay static. Thinking maybe I'll keep it simple like this and have certain elements that are like maybe some grass coming out of the log itself. I think the important part here is that I'm not too picky. So the idea is that he's going to interact with this. He's going to be walking on the log. And then kind of sliding down and jumping behind it. And then walking off that way. And these elements are going to be static for the most part. And I will have some a little more jumpy elements, I think. I could I'm just thinking I could color this. I hope I have enough cough drops. Now, let me just start by keeping it simple. Give some nice contrast here. Oh, just as a heads up, the Etherington Brothers Kickstarter went live today. I haven't pledged yet, but I will. It's on book 8 now. I think I started when they were on book 3, maybe. But that is live now, so if you want to get copies of that set of very incredible art tutorial books, they are highly recommended. I wish I could bookmark. Whoops. In well, I've heard rumors that there will be a fantastic update coming for Procreate and Procreate Dreams very soon, and will hopefully include some of these features that are woefully missing. Just trying to strengthen some of the silhouettes there. There we go. That's my little background element piece. So now the first task is to walk the floof out. I don't want to do this. Do I want to do the little walk again? Do I want to do the walk and then the performance tool walk him out to the end? And then he's going to turn, look down, slide down, and either walk off stage left or stage right. All right, first things first, let's get this done. And I want to grab this, drag it, drag it, drag it. And I need to drag it quite a bit because I'm going to aim for this entire deal to be maybe, let's condense this line a little bit so I can see. I'm going to put it at 8 seconds for now. And since I don't need that anymore, I'll put this back at the beginning. And move that up just a smidge, I think. I like that. All right, so now a new track, and we're going to go into draw mode. And you know what I'm going to do? Hold on a second. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go into draw mode. And I'm going to extend the top of this log just a little bit so I've got a base for my floof to be walking on. It's not going to be seen, but I just want to make sure that I've got enough to I like drawing these inky backgrounds. I mean, it kind of makes me feel like I'm drawing a Simon's cat type deal. Now I want to go in and like shade and do stuff. I could do another set with background elements that the floof walks in front of, but then the floof is going to have to be filled. So I'm going to have to color the floof, but let's just figure this out for now. So I'm done with that. And we still have our good, excellent. So now let's go back to our new track, draw mode, flip book, and now I have my stand for me to draw this floof walking. Oh man. That was a weird mix. This is black cherry Mio, and this is like a menthol Halls. Tasted like a winter berry gum or something. Very weird. Alright, let's go for this. Alright, so. Okay, nope, he needs to be off screen. I can move him back. So the hope is that I'll be able to draw enough for like an anime opening. I kind of want to do something like that where I can have it running at the booth for San Diego. But I know that's going to take quite a bit, and I'm going to need to start working on it like now. I want him to walk out, smile, and then he's going to put his paws up, and then he's going to be watching. So what I'm curious about is if I can split that into tracks. I don't know what the benefit of that would be, if I would really gain anything from doing that. And I'm not sure I would. In fact, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't, but whatever. To be off the screen. There we go. That's where he's starting at any rate. That actually kind of is looking okay. Interesting. Now that totally didn't work. Was I supposed to select everything? Do I really need to make it a group? All right, we're gonna go in here. I'm gonna add one more frame. I think I got it now. So it's going to end like that. And then I'm going to come here. Load you out. And I need to move you. I need to make him blink. Maybe I'll just make him blink at this. All right, let's go into this group, and this is going to be blink, blink, smile, pause up, looking around. Blink, blink, pause, smile, looking around. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll work. Ah. See how this looks. I think I don't want that. Boop, boop. I want to delete that. Do I need 2 blinks? Probably not. Blink. Up. Wonder if I try to do this with... Just trying to work this out as best I can. A slight move on that, and then let's just see how this looks so far. B. Unsure what to draw. Maybe it's the... Usually I have tons of ideas on Tuesday, but for some reason not today. Hoping all is well. Well, let me show you what I've got so far. Alright, so let's zoom out. Let's get the whole thing. I kind of want to make these lines a little bit more my temptation is to leave them as a little bit more static, but I feel like it's more charming if he's actually a little bit, the lines are a little moving. So that means I have to redraw all of these, but that's not that big of a deal. I feel almost he has a little bounce in that first. But that's because I drew each of those frames over and over again, so there's a little bit more life in it. I don't know, as far as ideas of what to draw, I mean, if I'm, I guess pun intended, drawing a blank, maybe just take the first 5 objects that were within arm reach and do a study of those. Just kind of arrange them up together and draw that, and maybe do a form study. Just start drawing boxes and then pick a light source, and then try and shade and add value according to that light source. That could be a good... I feel like when I am not as mentally flexible, like if I'm having trouble drawing and warming up, doing those form studies really does help, because it makes you think in kind of 3-dimensional terms, and it forces you to like turn boxes and stuff around in your head, and that loosens up my loosens up my brain a little bit. Kind of like warming up for exercise, I guess. I really like that kind of smile blink at the end. I think that looks nice and fluid how I want it to look. This frame is kind of funny. All right, let's get to it. Let's start making these a little bit more. Should just what I could do is just edit these to be one and then go back to the middle and then so that's back to normal, edited. Back to normal, back to normal, back to normal, edited, normal, edit. Decide if I want to edit the I'm going to go ahead and edit the whiskies in this one. Back to normal. All right, let's see how this looks. I'm going to have him walking out. Let's just keep going. Hey, Clint. So glad to have caught you live today. Oh, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm trying to find a common ground between being efficient and keeping kind of the charming quality of drawing every frame brand new from scratch. So I'm struggling right now. What I want to do is something ambitious. And so I have him walking out onto the log and kind of looking up, and I'll of course have something, you know, either a butterfly or leaves or whatever for the floof to look at. But I kind of want to make him turn, so I'm forced to turn the floof body and then jump off and walk off. So that's the big challenge today, is making the floof turn and jump. So it's kind of like the classic ball animation, you know, bouncy ball, but I'm doing it with a floof, and I'm combining that with the walkout, and I think the walkout looks okay. I want to make that, I want to make the pause and the look. I'll probably give a couple of frames to him just sitting there looking at stuff. I probably will draw all of them individually. But the challenge is, how do I turn the floof? I'm trying to think in 2.5D almost. And because he's going to turn, he's going to look down, he's going to jump. And then I want to have like a little like floof of grass when he lands. God, this is getting too complicated. It's okay. It's okay. If it's not complicated and challenging, you're not going to learn from it. So maybe what I'm going to do is keyframe it out and just like do the squish at the bottom, the jump, and just kind of almost like an animatic. I'll hit the high notes and then figure out how to go in between. I don't know. Well, this is getting more complicated than I want it to be, but it's okay. I do better when I'm challenging myself. So the ultimate goal that I would like to do is, this sounds incredible, but I want to make like an anime opening for the booth. Like, I mean, not as like the DuckTales opening, you know, where you've got, you're kind of telling little mini stories and giving it just a glimpse of what it's all about. And I just, that's going to be a lot. I'm just trying to think how I could do that. I'm gonna have, it's funny. One of the things I used to do all the time was, I had this collection, and I loved it actually, of anime openings and AMVs. And I used to make a few, well, I made a few AMVs. I had limited tools, as in I had limited footage on some of them. I made a Cowboy Bebop one that was limited to the 2 DVDs I had, which ended at like episode 4. It was like the first arc of Vicious, you know, that ends with him coming out of the, like, Spike flying out of the stained glass window or something. So I was limited on the episodes I had. So I was cutting all of this different footage together, but same thing, I made another one with a series that had just kind of leaked, and so I was limited again on like 2 or 3 episodes. And then I made a pretty neat one with Princess Mononoke. What else did I make? But yeah, so I used to watch those all the time, openings and AMVs. I had a pretty, well, I probably still do somewhere on my hard drive, a pretty good collection of them. But I loved those. And I loved, you know, I would always come up with ideas for music. But I don't know, can I cut something together like that? Can I map it out? Can I cheat and use like some motion graphics for part of it, maybe? Definitely the opening, perhaps, like the title card. I'm kind of thinking of like the Batman animated series opening. Anyway, so that's an idea. Don't know if I'll have enough time to actually get it done, but I don't want it to look like he's breathing a little bit, but good thing about this is they're easy to draw. I would be dead in the water if I had to draw coconuts. Like, I'm just thinking about, because I went back, I was looking at my Jiffy library, and one of my favorite ones of hers where she's stomping her feet and her little ears are waggling, and but the tail is swishing up and down. And then I did this other one where she's kind of patting her paws together with a little heart and a question mark. And that one was kind of hard too, but I had the tail movement there. And I remember those were interesting ones to figure out. All right, so I already know that I'm gonna have to go through this and I'm gonna have to color in all of my Floof frames because he is walking on this background and I only have one background frame here. But that'll be okay. It's not, I mean, if I wanna be lazy, which I don't, but I might be, I'll just put white in a new layer on the bottom where he's standing on the log. But we'll figure it out. So let's see what we're looking at now. I really wish I had drawn that line out now. So if I look at his body as he's walking in, I really want that kind of, not bounciness in the line, but just kind of living nature of the line. I don't know. It kind of looks like he's standing there. But when I have, and I'm duplicating the frames and he's static like that, I feel like it's, I don't know. So what I will have to start doing, yeah, that's where they start. So that's 8 frames where I just gotta, I can probably do it starting here. Let's just give this a little bit more life. Probably taking me more time to erase all of this and redraw it than it would to be, well, just to do the frame as I should have done it from the beginning. I should have, let's change the ears on this one. If I'm gonna do, let's just do it right. Let's just do it right. My body is back to not moving, so I've got this one needs to have edits. Just gonna do it here. But I want to get that crazy with it. Plunge you in. Same. Let's do this. All right, let's see how that's looking so far. That's all right. Or too much, that is. Be going too big with this. Hey Catherine, welcome to the stream. Ah, heck. I erased my line. And then I drew another line because I didn't realize I erased my line. All right, let's see how we're doing here. Let's hit done, and I'm gonna zoom out and over. I'm at 3 seconds so far. That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to draw all of these. All right, here we go. Boom, back draw. Here we go. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop his eyes back open. All right, so now, I'm glad you like it, Dee. And yeah, just don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just, you know, drawing's supposed to be fun. And if you're not feeling the drawing, you could try, you know, another thing is changing your orientation. Like, you know, if you always write at this desk, maybe turn and try writing on that desk, or maybe take a notebook and move your chair away. Just try and shake up your environment a little bit. Or if there's an area you can go, you can take a 5-minute break, take your notebook, and instead of drawing, write, or go out and do like maybe a sketch live or something like that. Just go into a, I don't know, a break area and just see what there's to see and start sketching and then leave. I mean, it doesn't, I feel the more pressure you put on yourself, the more, at least for me, the more kind of stiff my lines become. And I just need to, you know, remember it's okay to be chill, to just kind of, you know, enjoy drawing. And it's okay if you mess up. It's okay if the drawing doesn't look good. We all have a lot of bad drawings in us. And getting them out is part of the fun, actually. At least for me. Okay, let me go back here, and I'm gonna go here again. Let's line this up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I want him to turn, jump, land, and leave. That's going to be tough. So what I'm thinking of, is just drawing the keyframes here and mapping out what I want him to do. Like, this won't necessarily be a final frame, but I just want to get an idea of the motion I want. So he's going to turn, which This is very, very rough. Suddenly, Floof has gotten very thin. Oh God. So this is all very rough, trying to figure out how to make this guy jump. So he's turning, back, squish, jump. I probably should have up in the air. I need to squish him more. He needs to squish more. I think he's too big. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's play it from the beginning and see. Oh my gosh, that almost worked! I need to get the last 2 frames looking a little bit better, but I actually love the jump. And he jumps. Those last 2 frames where he's disappearing, I don't want him to disappear. I want him to just land. I feel like I didn't draw him. He gets bigger in those last 2 frames, and that's not right. Okay. All right, so what's going on here? This is good. Bloop, 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 bloop. I want to make this one. I wish I could scale it a little bit smaller. Ooh, there's that. And then this needs to scale and move. I need to draw a squish frame where he's squishing out from his landing. So let's do here. And then he pops back up to the last frame. Oh my gosh, I made him jump! Look! And he turns. I think I want him to blink here. Oops. Getting ahead of myself. I actually love that, but I've got to clean up this frame too. Let's just see how it looks if he is... All right. Jumping! And he's light. And he's not like, he's kind of airy light. I kind of want him to have a little bit more weight, but I don't because floofs are really light. I like how his little footers are down and then he puts his feet up. All he has to do now is waddle off. Okay. And I've got to kind of clean that frame up and clean that frame up. So now we just need to loop, 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 kind of off the side. And then all that will be left is cleanup. Okay, hold on. I need to take his foot out. Gotta remember I'm not at risk of losing my background because my background's actually a foreground and it's in the front and he's not gonna mess it up. All right, so let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's go all the way to the start and do the whole thing from beginning to end. He's a little clunky on the walkout. I think what I might do is do some grass flying up and maybe some little pieces, like when he jumps, like right here, little kind of little bit of dust or wood underneath him, and then he walks out and then the floof, and then gosh, so how many? I've got 5 seconds on this. And I may add a few, so maybe I'll aim for 6 seconds with a little bit of smoothing out on different spots. Especially on the end of him walking out. I'm happy. All right, I'm gonna probably end on that note. I can't believe I made him jump. That's pretty cool. I'm excited. So I'll do tonight. Pencil snap. There we go. Tonight I'm gonna do the cleanup. I'm gonna probably add a couple more frames to get it to 6 seconds because that will allow me to do a nice even duplicate all the way over to, I like to aim at about 18 seconds for the loop. So I can loop him 3 times, and but I'll have to finish this before I can loop and then export. But I'm really happy with this. I like the background. It looks very fun. It looks very cute and just kind of ink painting comic look. And so as far as I'll clean up that little bump of the log, I'll have to fill in the frames of the floof. I'm probably not going to do the complete drawing because on the last frames I just kind of let the line art let him flow behind it and just kind of left that line art open to give that little bit of depth. So cleaning up on the, let's see, cleaning up on the, I love the little jump and the leaving. The leaving is a little clunky, but it's kind of charming that he's like, you know, bloop, bloop, bloop. So we're gonna aim for a couple more frames to make it a full 6 seconds. Then I'm going to condense the background timeline to 6 seconds. Then I'll be able to finish the animation. Once it's finished, I'll group it and duplicate it and export. So that shouldn't be too bad. Also, I'm gonna add the little bits where like right here where he jumps, boom, right there, I'm gonna have some little debris under and it's gonna kind of flow and fall with him. And then Floof, like some grass over here, and then he's gonna walk out, and I'll add a little bit in there. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and go to my ending screen. I'll be back on Thursday with comics. If you want to see more animation, be sure to tune in again next Tuesday. In an effort to speed up my progress, I have devoted Tuesdays to animation days. So for the foreseeable future, they will be animation days. And Thursdays are comic days. So pick your poison if you like one. Again, so much for joining me. And it looks like OBS just disconnected and reconnected. So I don't know if you got all of that. But yeah, thank you, Clint, Dee, Catherine, any of my lurkers, all of my lurkers. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.